Hello everyone, this is Greyshot17.
And Greyshot151 here.
And today we're bringing you the best allied infantry. I know a lot of you guys really wanted that.
No. See, I took that away from them. I stole their next video.
Oh.
This is a bonus video, but I delayed it by a day or two.
Okay, so what is this?
This is a list of all the monsters on the KWC, which is the Kaiju War Chronicles.
Oh god.
It's on Toho Kingdom. Essentially, it has over 80 monsters that have essentially matches written for them, and by a fantastic team of writers.
Most of these are Toho monsters. I'm seeing a few that I raise an eyebrow.
All of these have been distributed by Toho.
I see two specifically. I'm like, I don't think that's necessarily a Toho.
Actually, all of these monsters have been distributed by Toho in some way, shape, or form.
Well, I will just say the one I'm looking at right now is butt ugly, and I am surprised by how ugly that thing looks.
Okay, so basically the idea for this is we originally were going to do like the strongest, but we're just going to go with which monsters are the best.
Yeah, because if we're going strongest, there's some of these that are just like OP, and there's some like I like. Okay, so again, this is based on coolness, uniqueness of design, the monster's fight history, essentially about them themselves.
If we're gonna go by tiers, S is like
the primo monsters.
This is the best
favorites,
good design,
the most unique, the most awesome, the most badass.
Good designs, good origins, good executions all around. A is like, it's good. B is like solid. C is average, and D is just no.
There's a few on here I'm like, I don't even know.
Let's start off with the first one. Let's go in order. That way we can just go this.
Angus.
Anguirus. These are all alphabetically in
Angus.
order. Anguirus, yes.
Okay.
It can be pronounced many ways, but Anguirus is a monster that is an ally of Godzilla, basically one of the original monsters, and I would give him a solid A.
Yeah, okay.
Given design,
Design, look, he's supposed to be a dinosaur. He doesn't remind me of an actual dinosaur. Yeah. He looks like someone put a spiky carpet on someone's back. From
but he's a badass. He's a good endurance.
The one thing I will say about Angus,
yes,
he technically should be lower in terms of power scale because he loses most of the
Are
battles
we doing this by power scale?
Wait.
Yeah.
But the reason we're not is because his tenacity and his willingness to fight larger creatures than him,
no matter what,
even at his cost of his own goddamn life, is the reason why I put it. He soloed King Ghidorah, lost horribly, but still, we enjoyed him for that.
He also came back towards the end of the fight. Next up, though, we have Bagan.
Oh, God.
Or Bagan.
So, interesting design. Never shown in a movie, but there's some... I think you said there was a Toho exec that really liked Bagan.
Yeah, he stressed him in, like, every single movie. He's also in a video game. It's called Super Godzilla. He is a combination of, like, an ancient creature fused with Godzilla cells and Ghidorah cells.
Okay.
He's got a white-hot plasma breath. He can fly. He's very unique.
Never left concept art stage.
Yeah. So he doesn't like the 3D model.
People freaking, like, love him to death. And it's like, okay, I know there's some Bagan fans here, but because of the fact, I mean, his design is interesting, but he looks kind of like a devil. He just a devil Godzilla, more so.
Okay.
So I think that is C tier. I think he's down there. I think he has a cool set of abilities, but he was never in a movie. And while he was in a video game, was he that memorable in the video game?
He was the final boss.
Was he an interesting final boss?
Yes.
Should he be higher?
Yes.
How high?
B.
Okay, that's as far as I'm putting a character that was cut from movies time and time again.
Okay, let's...
what the hell is this guy?
That's Balthazar Dan. You can put him in D. He's basically a thunder god from a video game. You don't know it. I don't know it. Put it in D.
Okay.
Because of design alone. Barragan.
Yeah, that thing looks ugly as hell. All right, Barragan.
Yes.
Another character, but he's not as popular, so put him B. But once again, he's been in a few movies.
Yes.
Unfortunately, cut mostly from Destroy All Monsters. But I love this little underground burrowing lizard. He is great. I like his design. I like his ears that pop up because it brings up more personality to the character. He has a flamethrower for a breath. Unfortunately, in GMK they removed it, and it's like, all right, I'm sure Barragan's gonna win this fight. Not, and he literally is worse than Anguirus, but because he fights Godzilla by himself, even though Godzilla's like twice his size, I give him credit.
By the way, we should note these are interpretations of specific monsters. That's Showa Barragan.
Yeah.
But yeah, next up we got...
Wait, is there other Barragan?
No, it's just No, for the KWC, you only have one interpretation. Usually, it's the specific incarnation.
You can also see where Barragan may have gotten some, like, actual, like, more modern, like, again, this is the Showa era, the 60s era Barragan. You can see here that this character might have a small resemblance.
They were not created anywhere.
I'm just saying, I'm looking at that right now, and it's actually it's just like, it's like the evolved form.
It's common traits. Next up, we got Batra. Batra, the dark god of Earth.
Do we have the smaller version, the lava?
It's all one monster.
Okay. Again, I will repeat this multiple times. The smaller monster, the larva, is better than the actual full form.
Yeah, it's a badass larva. And
it's still an interesting design, but I think Mechagodzilla pulled off a better design.
I'd go with a solid B. The larva would be an A. The Imago is a C. Together, they form a B.
Great. What the hell is this?
That is Bemular. He's an arch rival of Ultraman. We can throw him in D because just...
That face alone looks like, please kill me. Oh god. Anyway, we're going
S tier. Execution.
Biolante.
Origin.
Cool design. Cool entry. Fights may not be the best, but I like his origin. Design. Her origin, sorry. Again, a female kaiju, which is cool. And again, it's just like everything that you want in a kaiju.
Also a fantastic movie that she's in, so you can't argue there. Next up, Black Moth. You can throw it in D. It's from a movie called Latitude Zero. It's technically a woman's brain and a lion's body with wings. Don't ask. But yeah, no, D. Next.
I know this thing. Isn't it C-Rex or something?
C-Rex.
This thing was the first monster that Zilla. Well, okay. There's Zilla and there's like the cartoon Zilla, which is more Godzilla than anything else. But yeah, so where would you put this thing? I mean, I remember him being okay. Is he like some big
he shows up a few times in the series, but no, I'd throw it into a C. He's kind of I
remember his powers being interesting.
He can shoot at like a tar. That's it. That's his power. He shoots tar.
Like his tentacles. I remember him being like dragging Godzilla under the water.
Yeah,
like he's in the intro, but that's about it. All right, so explain to me how Attack on Titan is on this list.
The movies were distributed and made by Toho.
So Attack on Titan is Toho monsters?
No, the movie. The Attack on Titan had
two movies. The creatures in the movie are considered on Toho Kingdom kaiju monsters.
Yes.
Okay.
Because
I'm putting this in D tier.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. You're not too wrong there.
While we're on that, let's get a butt ugly as well down there.
Yeah, the normal Titan.
Oh my god, that thing look at that. That thing looks like a bad design. Not bad design. It just looks ugly. Anyway, what the hell is this? Is that Mechagodzilla? Cyberzilla, whatever you call him.
Yeah, he is. And I'd throw him at least in the B tier because he's actually an arch rival. He's the original Godzilla. So it's cool origin story.
Original Zilla.
He's basically like a cool cyborg creature before Kiryu ever became a thing. So there's a lot of cool things about him. And he fought off against the...
By the way, they called him Cyberzilla because they didn't have the rights for Mechagodzilla, correct?
No, they just call him Cybergodzilla because they made their own monster.
Oh, okay.
But they paid homage to Mechagodzilla. It's just cyber because it's a cyborg.
Okay. Interesting. Dagarla. Where do we put Dagarla? This old grumpy monster that does pollution.
I would put him as a C. The origin's kind of sloppy. His execution's kind of sloppy. He's not really that much of a threat. He has a face that always looks like Dur.
And it's not like Mothra Leo was like... Mothra Leo fought him, right?
Yeah.
Okay, Mothra Leo, when they would fight, it's never Mothra Leo would be like so beat. She was slowly being just worn down from attrition.
Yeah.
But Dagarla was like at least like not also being beat back quite a bit by Mothra.
Yeah, it really didn't seem like he didn't have the advantage until she actually got near water and he's like, oh, this is my element. Like otherwise, every other time Mothra seemed
Which is also weird, a moth flying underwater, but yeah.
Hey, it's Rebirth of Mothra. Next up, we have Daigoro.
I'm putting that D. I'm already seeing this.
It's the child of another monster. He technically fights the monster directly below him. That's Goliath.
Okay, so would you put Goliath at C then, and this at D, or what?
Yeah, we can do that trade. They're from a cartoony movie. It's very much like a tongue-in-cheek kind of movie. Like they literally ship the mom to the moon. It's very weird. I never have seen it. I just know of it. So.
Oh, great.
Next up,
Ghidorah. We can't get King Ghidorah, so we're gonna get his cousin into the battle. Which, okay, here's my stance.
Cool build up for this monster.
Yes, it's a cool build-up.
Yes.
I think his powers of literally coming from, like, molten rock is interesting. It's different than King Ghidorah. He fires molten rock, again.
Lava gout beams,
He has 4 legs, so he's more of a... He's
first Ghidorah to do that.
Yeah, so I'll give him credit there. His design's intimidating.
Yep.
It's definitely King Ghidorah-esque, but not.
Yeah, it's its own unique Ghidorah. Like, if this is definite... Like, this would be like if there's another species of Ghidorah.
Yeah.
This you could point to and be like, ah, yes, I can see...
This is a relative.
Yeah.
The problem is King Ghidorah is still King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
But I think this thing is better than Degarla, so I'll put it at B tier.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Yep. Destroyer, A tier.
A tier, yeah. Good execution, good
He
powers.
kills Godzilla. He killed Godzilla's son. He has a good origin with the Auction Destroyer.
Yes.
Unique design. The only thing that's...
Building escalation with threat with his unveiling from going from a small, like, human-sized monster to then multiplying to thousands, then multiplying to a big one, then growing inside. Like, he just kept deploying new things, and you never got bored whenever this monster appeared.
Why does he keep away from S tier?
Why?
Yes.
Because I would argue that while he is intimidating and whatnot, he's fighting burning Godzilla.
Yeah.
And he never does, like...
He never feels like he can win. That's what... Because even they mentioned even Destroyer can't fight Super Godzilla or whatever.
Yeah, Burning Godzilla.
So, I see, like, he's awesome as the build-up, but it's like... Not to go spoilers, but he's kind of what I feel like the One Punch Man. What's the guy's name?
Boros?
Garu.
The guy from the show.
Yeah, because he's building up. You're like, that's great, but he's gonna be fighting One Punch Man. We all know how that's gonna go.
Yeah.
So it's like, no matter how strong he gets, I don't think he's gonna be much of a fight. Okay. I don't know, but I'm hopeful.
Okay, next one, you have to tell me what the monster is.
This is Ghidorah.
You're okay.
Okay, am I right? It's like a space squid that literally is like multiplying because it eats
coal.
It eats coal, which is once again weird, but whatever the case may be. I think this thing...
I would throw it in, like...
This thing has a cool regeneration ability. Well,
it's a decent origin of, like, a monster just multiplying.
They also kill it with bee venom, so I don't know. I know some things about...
Yeah, so I'd give it a C. It's like it's like an average monster with like a decent backstory, but it doesn't make itself unique in any way.
Yeah,
like B and above has to make itself unique, and this monster has never come back minus a reference once.
Yeah,
this is C tier is turning out to be the reference in Godzilla Monster Planet when you get one reference.
Oh god,
this is that tier.
Oh
so you got Degarla, you got this
So Ebra, Ebra I think is C tier. I think he fights Godzilla multiple times. Most of it's stock footage, repeated over and over again.
That's through the movies, but he has a cool, unique first fight,
but
he never feels like he's actual threat against Godzilla. Like Godzilla, once he whips out the atomic ray, is just like dead.
Bashes him back. But the one thing I'll give Ebra this is the fact that he became the Krillin. Like at least Godzilla Final Wars, he's the only monster to be defeated by humans, and I'll give him credit for that.
It is unique, yeah.
Oh god.
But, next up, we got Frankenstein.
Okay, can I be honest?
Yes.
This Frankenstein, they try to make him, I know,
relatable and sympathetic,
but I feel like another. Okay, if we can get to the Frankensteins, eventually you have this Frankenstein.
Yes.
You have this Frankenstein.
That's Gara.
And where's Sonda? So where's Sonda?
In alphabetical order.
Oh, there we go. So you have these. So essentially, Frankenstein has 2 kids. One that eats people, that's green, and then one that
lives in the water.
One that's good,
and that lives in the mountains.
I feel like this one has actually character development for a kaiju, so I'll put him a B tier.
I would make note that Gara also deserves to be in a B tier because both of them go together. You have yin and yang, like the one that is the larger, stronger one that is good, and the evil one that is like you have this like kind of balance between the two.
Yeah,
one that fights underhandedly, one that fights that does tries to just doesn't want to fight at all.
You know what? I will say like that's a cool idea, and I think they're implemented better in that movie.
Yeah,
I think Frankenstein is just. Well, he has an interesting, like, he's the German heart in Japan when the nuclear bomb goes off. It's convoluted, and I feel like it's just a giant man.
Okay. Next up, we have Gamora. And this one, before you say a dang word, goes to B, or at least for me.
B tier?
Yes.
For Gamora?
Yep.
B tier!
And it's an interesting
For fucking Gamora!
Okay, you're screaming a little bit. Okay, but Gamora essentially is the
fucking troll. Like, this thing looks
he's actually a frog. He's a mutated frog.
Oh my god. Okay, we're keeping him at C. I will fight. It's a bully monster. It's
Yeah.
just a bully monster.
Yeah, and it's literally like the mental idea of this like kid, what he thinks this bully would be if he
And
was
that
a monster.
kid needs to go to goddamn creative school to have better ideas. Because if that's what he thinks of as a giant monster,
Insane.
like I thought of better monster ideas. I thought of a
How about
cool
this?
electric scorpion.
Can you think of a more like a laugh that you'll never get out of your head?
That's why it's C. It's a joke. It's a joke monster. It's stupid. And
Make note, I argued for B.
yes.
Next up, Gamora.
Okay, S tier.
Yeah, that's S tier. Unique design, especially the Hesai, which is what
That
we're
if we're just going with Hessa, and the original one is campy, and again, in the first movie I'll say is okay.
It's like classic Godzilla origin. But this is
Barragan.
like the savior of Earth. He was the last
Yeah.
of his kind, the last hope of the race which died out. He's the like defender of the universe. He has so many cool powers. Fireballs are awesome. Like there's so many cool elements to this monster in execution that
Yeah.
it's just unrivaled. Like next to God, like he redefined himself in the 90s and I would argue made himself a better monster in regards to a better monster when it comes to interacting with people than Godzilla easily. Godzilla is very much the natural disaster. You don't understand it. It just happens.
Yeah.
This is like...
he's the anti-hero of the movie. Because he doesn't care about humanity.
He
just
cares about humanity. He just...
he focuses on killing the bigger threat.
But he actually has an arc.
Yeah.
Like, from the first movie, he, like, revives. The second movie, he loses his attachment to humanity. And his third one is about him dealing with it.
Yeah.
Like, that's the whole point of the third movie, is him dealing with the loss of humanity. So, I don't know. I would make note that it's,
I would
it's
put him
definitely
there.
S tier.
And of course the campy stuff. If you want to verse a giant shark underwater with a flamethrower, don't.
Yeah.
Any case.
Next up, Gaminus.
Okay, we're adding all these guys together because
Yeah.
they're all in the same movie.
Yep.
Okay, this thing is
C tier.
just based on those eyes, just based on the
Gaminus,
meme factor.
I'd put D. The design isn't unique. It's
Yeah.
not like, it's just like, oh, monster. They literally have two of them and you never would know by them.
But I would actually put this turtle at C because I like his design and I like his attack. The thing next to him has no unique attack or
it's just
anything.
a unique appearance.
It's just the most memeable monster you can ever imagine.
Those eyes.
If you want a meme, that is the monster in general.
Okay, so this is Gigan, which, by the way, in the KWC, Gigan can technically be upgraded from Showa to the Millennium. You can use either or, because technically in the comics, Gigan Millennium is just an upgraded version of Showa.
Okay.
So just as a note, I would make note this character has to be an A.
Yes.
Like it's iconic. It's unique.
Gigan Showa has a personality.
Yep.
He's like the most badass like bro team with Megalon.
Yep.
He actually teams up with King Ghidorah and actually has a good performance against Godzilla and
He
Vangelis.
shreds Anguirus in Godzilla.
Yeah.
Like he puts some he's pretty unique. He's memorable.
There's a reason why in Godzilla Final Wars he shows up twice because people loved him so much. It's like, you better not just kill off my favorite monster.
Yep.
And they bring him back with goddamn chainsaws for hands. He has Ash with double chainsaws.
It's pretty cool.
I'm sorry, quad chainsaws because they're literally cubes.
Yep.
Oh, they're great. Next up, we have 3 Godzillas.
Yes.
So we
All
don't
these
have
are in the-
Showa.
No. In the KWC, there are technically only 3 Godzillas.
Okay.
You have Legendary to the left, Hesai in the middle, and Godzilla Junior on the far right.
All right. For what Junior goes through, he has a great arc. It's funny.
He's the
He's the Gohan of essentially almost.
Yeah, because it's reversed of like the Dragon Ball series, because like the little one, the Minya, is just like he's a joke. But like that one is like he's actually like the cool, like he's the Godzilla son that we all like kind of wanted.
So
and he's good design, good use. I put him in A. He's like he's
and he also comes back in a big way in the end of Destroyer, which is nice. Hesai is S tier. He literally defined carnage and terror.
And Thunder Thighs.
Yeah, and Thunder Thighs. But he actually came up with new abilities. Was the radioactive pulse ever used before in the Showa?
Nope. Completely new.
Red Spiral Heat Ray.
All him.
Burning Godzilla.
He made it.
I mean, I know it's a different Godzilla, but like the idea of him evolving into it. Also, the fact that like he literally went toe to toe with so many different monsters, and they kept that unique design for so many movies. I know they did slight alterations.
They did slight changes, but for the most part, like his beam made different noises, and like there's little alterations, but for the most part, he stayed the same design.
Okay.
Legendary.
Okay, we just saw the Godzilla movie again.
Yes.
And Godzilla is a badass. Movie issues aside from story, my one problem with this Godzilla is he's more of a pushover. He is more like after a big hit, he'll go back. Hesai Godzilla will not do that. Hesai Godzilla, he takes a hit. As soon as Godzilla's choking him, he does radioactive pulse and said, I'm sorry, King Ghidorah. What was that? Literally fine.
Yeah.
This Godzilla takes a second to breathe, but in the first movie, he's a little bit harder. It takes him a little bit more time to get back up.
Yep.
After fighting the Mutos. Here in the King of the Monsters, he does it less, and he's more willing to fight. So, even though that is my only gripe with him,
I'd make note he's an S tier because he is now the definitive American Godzilla. Like, there's no answer. This is Godzilla.
Okay.
Like, he has some cool powers. Like, he's a good. It's different from Hesai because Legendary is more of like an alpha. He's like the alpha animal.
yeah.
So it's a cool change of origin.
And also, you can see its design compared to the Hesai. You can see a lot of inspiration from it, which is really cool.
But yeah, no, that would be my note for Godzilla. Both are S tier, like in regards to their like design and such.
Also, people said the Godzilla Legendary was fat. I don't get that.
He's a giant monster.
He's a large creature. I get that. And the first movie there was a shot where he had a big chest, it looked like a big stomach, and it's like not really. No.
Godzillasaurus.
I think it's a good interest.
I would make note of it's kind of a C, because it's just a dinosaur that looks like Godzilla.
Yeah. Okay.
Like he doesn't.
I like how you've retired. Like he's.
Oh yeah, he was in the KWC, and I removed him because it made no sense for him to be there.
So the next two you're gonna have to fill me.
Okay,
in
so
on.
Gamora, monster of Ultraman, unique design, unique powers. He can fire a beam from his nose like a super oscillatory wave. He also, if he stabs someone with his nose, he can overload them with power. Kind of think of like a reverse nuclear pulse, where the enemy monster explodes with energy.
Okay, did
and
he ever
dies.
win?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So yeah, should he go higher or lower? Does he have a character?
I'd make note of he's a B. Yeah, he's a B. He's like kind of like he was a villain at first, but now he's more like...
The design is a little bit more interesting.
The show at least was a villain for most part, but the newer designs make him more of like an anti-hero, if not a hero outright. Garoran, we can make note as like a C.
What?
It has a unique design, but it's basically just...
It's a sea urchin with eyes.
Actually, it's a cactus with eyes. It shoots cactus at, like...
I'm sorry. What? It's a cactus?
Yeah. It's a cactus that rolls.
What movie?
It's not from a movie. It's from a TV show. Monster Island Buddies. So I'm not sure if you know this, but there was a series...
What am I doing right now?
There was a series...
What am I doing with my life?
There was a series with Godzilla that had a whole bunch of like little characters, like little action figures, and there was like 5 minutes each, and there was like there was like firefighter Jet Jaguar and police officer Jet Jaguar and like ultimate mecha King Ghidorah who's fully mecha.
Just
and,
stop
like, black
talking.
Mechagodzilla,
Just stop talking, please.
And then there was like aliens that would attack and
Gorosaurus.
Oh, I would make this A. Like classic design.
I don't, because technically King Kong killed the first one.
Yeah, who cares? He's still like the most unique thing.
Yeah, and
like he's one of the classic monsters.
He fought King Ghidorah and also Kangaroo Kick.
B. We'll make note of B.
But I feel like he's just a T-Rex. The design is a T-Rex based.
Okay.
I think he's cool abilities with the Kangaroo Kick and such.
Yes.
But that he does. And
yeah, that definitely elevates him. But okay, I'll make B.
All right, this is Showa King Ghidorah or King Ghidorah in general?
Grand King Ghidorah.
So, wait, where's...
That's the rebirth of Mothra.
Okay, so do we actually have King Ghidorah on? We actually have King Ghidorah. So this is Grand King Ghidorah.
Yeah, lightning wings, light shield, gravity beams is the one that has to go, venture through time to stop. Birth of Mothra 3.
The problem with Grand King Ghidorah, what separates him from normal King Ghidorah?
He is the pinnacle Ghidorah. He can regenerate. Like, most of the powers of legendary Ghidorah is where they got this.
Can he suck energy?
No.
I mean, like, that was...
Well, technically, he drains the life force of children. Does that count?
No, but you know what?
Maybe,
I mean, yes, but
either he drains the life force or he just murders them. Either way, it's not great for children.
Yeah, he focuses on killing kids. I mean, good, cool.
I'd make note of it. He's at least a B in regards to the Ghidorahs.
Like, the question is he memorable enough to put in the fight? Because he has a quick fight.
He has a great design.
He steals a bunch of kids via teleportation.
Yeah. The idea is he literally kidnaps all the children in the world, and then he purges them, and that is how the...
I like his design.
And that's how he kills the world, is he just murders all the children, and if there's no children, there's no one that can continue the species.
Does he ever fight the military?
No.
They never have military battles in those.
Of course they don't.
Oh my god.
Of course they don't. But yeah, I'd make note at least a B. It's a cool Ghidorah design, not too much else other than he's a Ghidorah. Gauss.
Real quick, where do we put the other King Ghidorah?
King Ghidorah, that Hesai... It's a weird Futurian origin.
I think with this one we should just count all the Ghidorahs, like just King Ghidorah in general.
Okay, if you want to count this one as Ghidorah in general,
yes,
you can make note of him being.
Well, even this one they eventually made a mecha version of it.
Yeah, which is on the list.
Oh, it is on the list?
Yeah, look next to Mechanicong.
Oh, okay. So this King Ghidorah was
It's a
bad setup.
Bad setup,
yeah.
bad execution. Some cool fights, but that's pretty much it.
I'll give him a B tier or
Yeah,
C tier?
let's go with a B tier.
Yeah, okay.
It's kind of the opposite. It's like it's like a horrible origin. The other one's a cool origin because it's like the original Ghidorah, but like the whole monster is just kind of like weak. Kind of because the moment it's free, it immediately loses to Godzilla. It's not really threatening.
Yeah, and he does lose. Maybe we'll bring him down here because he's kind of a disappointing Ghidorah in actually the grand scheme of things. King Ghidorah.
Grab Mecha King Ghidorah and throw that one up at like B because that one at least does something different and is unique.
He loses, but it's a cool design.
Yeah.
Anyway, so Gauss. Gauss, I think, is A tier.
Yeah.
He has a cool backstory, cool design.
Yep.
Intimidating as hell, eats people, and literally
grows more threatening as he evolves because the monster can reproduce asexually. So it's always a threat.
Yeah. And also, again, has a connection with Iris. So I think that's pretty good.
Which, if you want to just grab that one right now.
All right. So Iris is...
It's alphabetical order.
Here. So where would you put Iris? A tier?
A tier.
He's
unique design.
Puts up a hell of a fight. He has an amazing flight battle with Gamora.
People make note the ground battle's quick, but I mean, like, that's the whole point. I consider Iris like a glass cannon.
Yeah.
But he one-shots you so quickly that you don't have time to put up, like, to actually break his, like, armor.
I think he's a bit over-designed a little bit in terms of, like, everything on him. I think a few less detail would actually help him a little more. But overall, like, again, those lights on his arms and, like, everything.
Cool origins, cool powers.
But that's the thing. He's a very cool design still, and I still like his power set. So
yeah. Next one, Ghidorah.
Oh, god damn it. All right, so this is Pollution the Monster.
Yes.
And the more I've looked into Ghidorah, the less intimidating he is. Sure, he kills a lot of people.
No. We're not throwing him in D
No,
tier.
I just set him there for the talk, but I think B tier is fine.
Yeah, unique origin, unique powers, very threatening.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say he's a staple because he's only showed up, like, in one movie.
Yeah.
But in regards to, like, impact, I would say he's, like...
He's good.
Yeah, he's in the craziest Godzilla movie.
Oh, god damn it.
Oh, yeah, A tier. A tier.
If you want the other meme of the Godzilla universe, it's Jet Jaguar. Because he's in one movie.
Yep.
It's, in my opinion, it's one of the worst Godzilla movies.
Except for him.
Except for this character who literally is the size of a man, who grows to the size of a monster, communicates with Godzilla with sign language, and then... Yeah, it's.
But listen, he's got some awesome powers. For instance, did you know he shoots liquid nitrogen from his mouth?
No, I did not.
That was apparently in some kind of weird Japanese thing that they made note of.
Great.
But he also has some other powers. But otherwise,
what would have been cool is him growing bigger than Megalon and then trying to smash Megalon.
Okay,
Godzilla Save the Earth actually had a good power set.
Yeah, where he could grow or shrink.
Yeah,
that was very cool. Next one, Jakiro, D tier. He's a zone fighter monster. You don't know him, you don't care about him. Let's just throw him there.
Okay.
Next one, Kamacuras, Millennium. Camouflage, speed. Definitely the most unique Kamacuras of the bunch.
I think that Kamacuras with his one shot. I mean, he's fine. He has a new design, but I don't think anything stands out. He doesn't have a history. The design is okay.
In that case, then throw King Caesar, the next one, right there too, because like
yeah,
same idea.
Oh my god.
Because like at least the original one was basically just like.
Even this one is a joke. Like, I never understood why people like King Caesar. King Caesar is a joke of a monster.
He also had the reflective eye beams, but guess what?
We took it away!
No. Godzilla never shot him in the eyes. Apparently that's one of his listed powers, but it's like, oh yeah, it's completely useless if the monster doesn't shoot you directly in the face.
Okay.
And I mean, like, literally, it's not like he absorbs it. He has to be hit perfectly in the eyes to then redirect it back.
All right, next up, King Kong. This King Kong is known for more of a doopy...
It's derp face?
Derp face, yeah. But he does win against Godzilla.
He does.
And I think he's the first Mothra... No. Yes, because eventually they fought Mothra.
Yeah, he's the first monster to beat Godzilla.
So, I guess B tier?
Yeah.
All right. So, he gets a win. I think he has a decent origin. I like the ending with him. And, they actually did a good, decent King Kong. All right, so next up, we have Kiryu.
I would say which is the most unique Mechagodzilla by far.
S tier?
A tier.
Okay.
I wouldn't put an S tier, but it has a good motivation, good design,
good background, good story, good good fighting. He doesn't have the laser eyes, but he has a awesome shot mouth and a really cool special weapon. It gets a little tweaked in the version 2, but it's fine. Crystalac.
C tier monster. It's
Cool
just,
design.
Like, cool design, but nothing else.
Yep. What the hell is this?
Kumasagami in Orochi, the eight-headed dragon.
Okay, what does he do?
It's a fire demon. He can shape-shift his hands into different weapons, and he can fire if he turns one hand into a bow and the other into like arrows. He can fire them at distance. He also basically has Rodan's heat ability, which is like he literally is like lava. He is like over 1,200
So
degrees.
is he unique enough to go high or low or?
I would say he's probably high. I'd say at least a B.
Okay.
Like he's cool, he has a cool design, cool use, cool powers, and he's probably the standard of the movie.
Kumunga.
C
tier. Because again,
he's a giant spider.
Yeah, they don't do much with him. Doesn't have an interesting origin. He's just a giant spider. Well, actually, he's just a giant spider. Honestly, he doesn't even have that cool of abilities or anything.
He does nearly defeat Godzilla, but like, yeah.
Let's go to a better
Legion.
bug monster.
I would say A tier. Unique powers, always pulls out. It's like the Orochi of Pacific Rim.
Yeah.
Always pulling out new abilities at every turn.
It's amazing how these Gamera villains are well fleshed out, have interesting backgrounds, and
cool designs.
Yeah, exactly. Even like Legion, you don't get how big Legion is. That's the one thing I'll say is an issue, but it's still really cool design.
Yep.
Goliath?
Maguma. From the movie Goliath.
Okay.
It's about an asteroid that's plunging toward the Earth. They go destroy it, and they find this space reptile in the Arctic, and they have to kill the lizard before he attacks.
Okay. He has a walrus.
I keep saying this, but yes, he looks and is basically just a giant walrus. But apparently in Toho, he's a lizard.
Okay. So what do we put
D
him
tier.
Okay.
It's just a giant walrus that they won't admit is a walrus. We
got Manda.
I would make note at least B. Cool design, cool use. In the moments he's in, he always makes the movie, and his design has been.
Yeah, he's the Muse defensive creature, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He's also in Final Wars and probably the best sequence in the movie, like one of the best sequences. So.
I'll give him credit
on that note, I at least give him that. Yeah.
So, oh boy. Anyway. We have Mechagodzilla. This one's what started all. I think A tier is a good place to put him.
I'd make note B tier because
he's an awesome array of powers, cool background.
Okay,
Second fight.
Stand corrected.
Yeah, so I'll give him that. Plus, you have the legacy of him starting the mecha thing.
This is true. Mechanic Kong.
This is even. Oh my god! Actually, no. Mecha Kong started the legacy. Oh my god! At least for Godzilla.
Yeah, he's the first mechanical adversary.
This thing is goddamn.
It's just a robotic ape. It doesn't do any. It's got grenades and a hypnotic light.
Great.
Okay. Whoop-dee.
Whoop-de-doo. This thing has freaking laser eyes and a laser belly button and missile launcher hands and a force field neck.
Yeah, it's got plenty of cool abilities. Megaguirus.
Like the design.
Yes. Cool execution.
Glass cannon. I think is a B.
Definitely unique. Definitely cool. It doesn't stand out enough, movie, but yeah.
Megalon. It gets a C tier just. I'd say B tier. Yeah, he has a personality.
Yep.
A background, but he is a joke of a monster.
Unique. Yeah, he's a joke. He's basically just a brute that is terrible.
It's funny how he's the giant cockroach, but he's not in the Cockroach People movie.
He's a beetle.
Okay.
Than a cockroach. Tomato. Any case, Mechagodzilla Hesai.
I like this Mechagodzilla. He actually
sleek design, cool powers. Yep. If only they had done more with him in regards to the action front, because it basically just turned down to you shoot beam at me and I shoot back. That's really all that he does.
I can take your beams, which is cool. He's literally anti-Godzilla.
Yeah.
But one thing I'll say is he doesn't get. I think B tier because he does weaken Godzilla.
Yeah, it's a cool fight and there's some cool things, but you kind of get bored of his shtick fast.
Yeah.
Mogera C. It's another robot.
It's a punching bag. I like the design.
Yeah.
Essentially, this is supposed to be an upgraded Mechagodzilla too. This thing dies so much. This ends their giant robot defense program.
Which you could make note is maybe that's Space Godzilla is that unique, but
yeah, this is like the spare parts they had left over.
If you were to look at this and not know that it's based off another monster, you'd just be like, yes, giant generic Japanese robot.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Monster X. I like his design.
Yeah.
But not much history. He's literally just being controlled by the aliens.
He's like the ace in the hole.
Yeah.
He's very much the Boros of there. He is the one that is the warrior that travels.
What would you give Monster X?
I give it a B because he has a cool design. He's the most unique monster of that movie in regards to Godzilla opponents.
Yeah.
And he actually is a unique. Again, the design is awesome and his powers are kind of cool. he just kind of loses it when he goes.
We don't have Kaiser Ghidorah.
That it technically is all in one.
Oh, okay, yeah, and it is kind of a repeat. I mean, like he evolves into it. That's cool. It sucks Godzilla energy, a new ability.
Yeah.
The problem is he just gets taken out.
Yeah.
So Mothra, I think I like Hesai Mothra. Wait, we include
C.
But it's a
classic
battle.
Mothra, but it's like the worst version. Her wings are stiff. She doesn't look cool. She has antenna beams and like like the
beam
wing
battles.
The wing lightning is cool.
Yeah,
that's the coolest part of this Mothra. Otherwise, it doesn't look good.
Mothra Leo on
they
the
don't
other
get
hand.
it good until like the.
Wait, she has a good death scene. Like probably one of the best death scenes.
Hesai doesn't die in the movie.
Yeah, in Rebirth of Mothra, she dies. That's the same Mothra. They confirmed it's the same Mothra.
It's not really. It's not the same Mothra though.
But it is, and she dies. I'll bring up the B tier on that.
Okay, fine.
But Mothra Leo is also
Mothra. Okay, Mothra Leo goes to an A tier because it is literally the alpha Mothra.
Yes.
It is the only male that is like. It's pretty much like the only male.
The male?
Yeah, Mothra Leo is a guy. That's what we call it, Leo.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
Yeah, Mothra Leo is the only male Mothra, and because of it, it's like the Mothra legend. It's super powerful.
Nice.
It basically like the wings, so many transformations.
So wait, are you telling me the Mothra line is done for because that's a male Mothra and he can't lay eggs?
No, because the Earth will just create a new Mothra.
Okay, want to make sure.
I'm just going off.
But yeah, it's cool because again, this Mothra design I think is a staple up and through even the next King Ghidorah, right?
Oh, I mean that Mothra is used for all three Rebirth of Mothras.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But like they get rid of this kind of like design because GMK gets rid of it, and then Tokyo SOS gets rid of it. Like
I do like it though.
I think those are the better design Mothras because they actually like the wings flutter and like the legs move, and this is just like immobile and like
the legs are a lot bigger. Anyway, Muto. I think the Muto the Muto has a cool power set, unique design. Nice backstory. My one gripe is it has an amazing special, never uses it once against Godzilla.
The EMP?
Yeah. How awesome would it be if he charged up the attack and hit Godzilla and you saw the shockwave of the city?
Yeah, going through. That's what the Muto Prime technically does. It literally has like a shockwave that sends Godzilla flying like through his body.
Yeah,
it's cool, but yeah, just not utilized to its fullest potential. Obsidious, rock monster, C, because it doesn't do anything more. It's a cool design, like most of these.
No history,
cool designs, nothing else.
Orga, the biggest waste of an opportunity.
I honestly he has one cool thing, which is he absorbs other monsters' powers, but like you don't like that's the thing. He doesn't even do it well in his own movie. I'd make note that's a D. Like he's the big bad, and he never feels like an opponent. You just feel sad for him.
You feel like put him out of his misery, Godzilla. Yeah. So next up we have
Orochi, yeah. 8-headed dragon breathes fire and shoots lightning from its mouth and eyes.
So King Ghidorah, but super King Ghidorah, but worse, I assume.
It's just your generic Orochi. I mean, throw C, but there's nothing real special about him.
All right, what about this thing?
Red King, Ultraman monster, has fire fists and does a lot of power. I'd know a C because he's basically like a Gamora, but taken to the extreme where he will just murder anyone that he fights.
I like this guy.
Yeah, so...
Rodan.
Hesai. So he has the fire Rodan. I'd make note this Rodan...
He fights Godzilla head on.
He does. And it's one of the best parts of that movie because it's actually entertaining. It's a physical fight.
Yeah.
So I would make note that it's a B tier. Especially his resurrection.
I mean,
the fire Rodan,
he tries to fight.
And his sacrifice.
Yeah.
Unique.
They both die.
Yeah.
Space Godzilla. Cool design. Backstory is convoluted.
He's the smartest opponent Godzilla's ever fought. Like, he traps Godzilla's child and basically tells him, come find me so I can kill you. And he knows Godzilla's going to do it because he wants to free his son. Like, he's actually a tactician. He built a fortress for Godzilla to charge into to then fight.
Yes.
If it wasn't for Bulgaria, he probably would have lost. So I'd make note at least a B tier on that one.
Yeah. So I would agree. But the movie
itself, is terrible.
What is this thing called?
Skullcrawler.
Skullcrawler. By the way, I always thought this thing was blind.
No, there's a little eye.
I know, there's an eye right there, but I always thought this thing was blind by its head, which is such a cool design.
Yeah. Two-legged reptile, like snake-like, but
history is it killed Kong's
parents.
I think
I'd say B.
Yeah.
Because like he doesn't, other than personality-wise, is just goes after
giant
humans.
monster.
Yeah. The Mutos at least have like that. You have that care. You can tell they like carry for one another, and like there's some cool interactions. But the Skullcrawler is just like there at the end and just does.
What is this thing?
Okay.
What is it?
That is Spyler. That is a zone fighter monster that basically flashes knobs. And before that sounds wrong.
Okay, he flashes knobs. All right.
He has orbs.
I'm gonna be banned, aren't I?
There's orbs across his body that he flashes for like disorientation and such. But you can mark him as D. He's not really.
Okay. Okay, and then
Titanosaurus,
Yep.
giant aquatic dinosaur, C.
By the way, if we would have had the original King Ghidorah, it would have been S tier.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is for the KWC. This
So,
just covers a lot of
I
monsters.
think Titanosaurus has a bit of personality.
He does, but
I like him. I kind of want to give him a like. If you give Gabra 1B, but like I brought him down.
Yeah.
Like I would give Titanosaurus. Honestly, I like him a lot.
You know what? Let's move up to a B then, because he is the most unique. But he is the best thing of that movie, because Godzilla is terrible and Mechagodzilla is just like there.
Yeah, I give him a little. I like his aquaticness. He's
Yeah.
definitely more fish-like.
You gonna throw Gabra up there?
If I put him there, were you in?
Yes. Yes.
There you go.
B tier. Okay, Trilopod. In
I
essence,
heard about this guy. He's
it's
a
a
comic, right?
Yeah, it's a monster from the comics. Basically, is kind of like Orga, which is when there's two of them and one absorbs DNA, they fuse together and they become a hybrid of the monster that they drain the power from.
But he has a cool backstory and such, or
Yeah,
no?
he's the ultimate alien weapon. I'd make note of at least a B. He's not terribly unique because his whole shtick is he becomes another monster power and like appearance and power wise. But
would you feel bad if I put the remaining Ultraman monsters as D tier?
yeah, throw him in D. Like I totally understand.
Actually, hold on.
Yeah, throw Varian in there because he's just a flying squirrel. He's not really.
He's a
unique.
flying squirrel, but he's so like there's nothing cool. Like you think of the wingsuit would be awesome, and this is 1950s wingsuit, so that's interesting.
Yeah.
But no, he's just a flying squirrel, and he never shows up. It's dumb. So now we have. Oh, okay. Let's go before we get to the Ultramans.
Okay.
Zilla.
A tier.
I would honestly agree. He was a meme that redeemed himself in the animated show, and then they finally murdered Poppy in Godzilla Final Wars.
Yep,
which I'm
so it
fond
works.
of. Yep.
So you know, I definitely approve there.
Yes.
Now the rest of the monsters, you probably What are the rest of the monsters?
Ultraman.
Yep.
Super Ultraman.
No.
Zone Fighter.
Okay.
Am I right?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, okay, so Ultraman is the classic staple. He's got a unique backstory. He's the one that kind of defined that whole generation.
So S tier?
We may not like it. Yeah, he's probably S tier in regards to all that history and such. But for us, though, I'd probably say he's like a B because we don't watch.
Yeah.
But like in regards to like general, yeah. Otherwise, Ultra 7, he's kind of like he's another Ultra 7. I'd make note of he's like a
ripoff.
No, he's part of the he's part of the Ultra Garrett, like he's part of the Garrison and all that jazz. Like there's like
So
the
where would you
Ultraman.
put him?
Basically, Ultraman is like Green Lantern. There's tons of the Green Lanterns. That's just one of them. His name is 7. He's Ultra 7. He's just another Ultraman. He has some cool powers. I'd go B.
Okay.
Utsuno Usakusagami. He's the god that fights Orochi. But
Isn't this a medieval movie?
Yeah.
Why does he look like a mecha?
because he's the god, he's basically like divine. He's supposed to look like he's not of the world. He's cool, decent design, but yeah.
Not much there, fight or anything.
The idea is cool, but yeah, he just basically walks in and murders Orochi. There's not even a fight, so yeah, I'd go that. Zone Fighter, though, I'd make note is at least a B. B or an A. Because he fought with Godzilla. He's the Toho giant, so he has that uniqueness to him.
Okay.
I personally...
Looking back at this list,
Yeah.
honestly, I think there are some monsters I would move up.
Okay.
Like, I like this list. I do. But looking at it
Final
now...
decisions.
Final decisions. Yeah, I'm not a big Ultraman guy, so I had nothing to add to that. I do think Gauss should actually move up a notch because I think he's intimidating enough and has a cool history enough to where you can. I think Iris is a part of it, but I think Gauss sets it up so well. The fact that they have a monster with such an incredible history and stuff like that deserves S tier.
Okay.
This King Ghidorah, once again, the King Ghidorahs I don't want to put up because
It's not- yeah,
that
yeah.
King Ghidorah is not the staple. If this was Showa, it would be S tier.
It doesn't have the legacy. Yeah, it's from one side Mothra movie. It's cool design and it is really cool in the movie, but yeah, it just doesn't have that.
Is there anything else you would change?
I'd say Bagan should probably go up to an A, but
You would move Bagan to an A.
because he is such like the fact that he's still like such a big player in regards to the fandom and such. Like people like joke that Bandom was in
Bagan.
Bagan is in something, and immediately they're like, what? Like they get the people's attention. One of the most read match of the KWC is Godzilla versus Bagan.
Okay.
It is by far none other gets even close.
So we got the shit tier list, which probably I was surprised to put Orga there. That's probably the biggest surprise.
Yeah.
C tier list, the biggest surprise.
Basically monsters that have one cool thing but nothing else.
Biggest surprise is King Ghidorah.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is monsters with one cool thing, but usually everything else is bad about them.
Yep.
Yeah, actually, that fits with all of them, honestly.
Yeah, B tier
there's like 50-50. There's a lot of good with them. And I would say
they can stand out. Like they stand up for doing something unique or different with their monster, either power wise or like
with their history or something. I like
the A tier all do something unique and they stand out in regards to the fandom in some way, shape, or form.
Yes.
Either like powers,
abilities,
backstory, something of that nature, or just like what they do in the movies. And then S tier is just like these are the monsters that we would consider like the classics.
Yes, these are definitely classics and unique and stuff like that. The only thing I'll say is I think it's a personal bias we put Biollante in there.
Biollante deserves. I would argue that Biollante in regards to execution is unlike any other monster next to like Legion.
Yeah,
it's so well executed.
The problem with Legion, I think, is just how the final fight goes a little
Final fight's pretty awesome.
But yeah, you know what? I think this list is good.
The one I will make note is Kiryu. You could probably make it up to an S.
Yeah, that's the one I really wanted.
Kiryu makes sense in regards to S more than you think about, because his backstory and all that jazz is pretty awesome.
Okay, so I feel like this is a pretty good list.
Yeah,
I feel like pretty good. Nice wide range.
Yep.
But yeah, let's know what you guys think about it.
This is a variety of mostly Toho distributed monsters. If we missed any, that is why. There are 80 monsters here, but I think we cover most of them.
If you want to see all of them, go to the KWC, which he writes and hosts.
No, these are all the monsters that you can write for in the KWC.
Yeah.
So there's gonna be some new ones coming up soon, but yeah, this is currently what our roster looks like.
Yeah, so a lot of shits and a lot of good ones. Pick your cards, everybody. Get rid of Attack on Titan, seriously. But in any case, guys, it's been Greyshot17
and Greyshot151
suffering through this, and we'll see you guys next time.
Later.
Hello, everyone. I want to give a special shout out to Patreon supporters Milam, Ace, Chris Bailey, Javi, Jfoe, Joey240, Josh, JP Vaal, jrchicklis, Little Koosh, Moustache, Onlyplayapples, PyroShark, Rifle, Sebastian Marszalek, Sergeant McPain, Streakingwookie, WhiteHodD, GTA, Jakub Ocwieja, Nathan Angus, and, of course, Tim. Thank you guys so much for your amazing support. This has been Greyshot17 and my amazing patrons, and I'll see you guys next time.